Hi everybody, Indiana Caver here. It's been a while since I put up a video, and I don't think I've ever done a cooking video. Might have done a canning video, but I don't think I've ever done a cooking video, so I'm going to do that today. What I wanted to do was a soup and have it so I could can it and put it on the shelf and just pull it off the shelf whenever I wanted to have some. No freezing or refrigeration needed. And I've chosen a recipe from canningdiva.com for chicken tortilla soup. I'll put the link to that recipe in the description below. So I have all the ingredients out here. Most of it's fresh. I did have frozen corn. I didn't want to get anything canned because that's what I'm doing. I don't want to take it out of the can and put it back in a can, basically. So everything here, plus the chicken I have cooking over the stock pot, is all going to go in this. And alright, let's get started. Alright, here are all the ingredients laid out, from the chicken at the top of the recipe to the spices over here at the bottom of the recipe and everything in between. If you've never laid all your ingredients out like this when you cook, it's sort of neat to do. At least I sort of enjoy it, seeing everything laid out like that. So the next step is getting everything into the pot, and I really hope my pot's big enough. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put liquid in first, so I'll start heating those things up. Last but not least, some dried chili peppers. Get this stirred up. Okay. We'll get this up to a boil, and we'll be back. Okay, here I am. Everything's boiled for 3 minutes. I missed a step on the recipe. Be careful when you read the recipe because it says put all ingredients in pot and bring to a boil. And boil for 3 minutes. And then it says add your cooked chicken. So I picked out all my chicken because I added it in, or most of it. And so now I'm going to put it in and follow the instructions. But if you follow that recipe, be careful because it does say add all ingredients. And I just assumed it meant the chicken too. And I'd read it. Oops. I'd read it a couple of times. Cut back to a boil. And then come back here in a couple minutes. Okay, next step. I've got my chicken in there. It's done. It's boiled for 5 minutes. And the recipe that I read twice now before this says to use a slotted spoon, fill your jars up a little over half full. So I'll say that's about half full. And then use a ladle and get some broth and fill it up, leaving 1 inch of headspace right there. So I'll go ahead and finish this, although I'll do 2 or 3 at a time when I get started, looking for any air bubbles. Poke down through there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I will get my lid. Ring. And everything is warm, fingertip tight. And I'm going to put this back in my pressure canner to keep warm until I get the rest of them done. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, I've got 10 pint jars in my pressure canner. And by the way, if you've never canned before, or never pressure canned before, you need to read up on that before you attempt this recipe for sure. So this is ready to seal up, and I still have some left. I ran out of broth though, so I think I'm going to try and combine in the ratio the recipe has some chicken stock and some water, and see if I can get some more broth back in that. This is going to be in here for 70 minutes, I think. I'll have to double check on that with pints. So I'll get this sealed up and we'll be back here in a minute. Alright, everything's loaded into the canner and we're up to temperature, and have about an hour and 4 minutes left of this, and then let everything cool and you'll see what we get. Okay, that's it. I've got the last 4 jars in the pressure canner right now. I just took these 10 jars out and all ready to go. They're starting to pop. Some of them are still boiling a little bit, but it looks like a really nice presentation there in the jar. Alright, thanks everybody. Hope you try this recipe and enjoy it.